Hello, I'm Clarice Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. This is a full Celtic cross tarot spread about your love life. Let's find out what's going on or not going on and why at the moment. Now, I've made 3 readings here. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into this video, it's good to watch. Each one of them has got a deeper dive to it. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. And you can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. That's where you can also find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading as well. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? The crystal is out with the High Priestess card from the Light Seers Tarot. Would you like the flower? The flower, Frangipani, is out with the star from the Muse Tarot. Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So take your pick now, and don't forget, click like before you click off this. Click down there on that subscribe button as well. That'll get you an entry into a prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month, as well purchasing the deeper dive to this as well. That'll get you entered into the second prize draw. Both of those prize draws are for a reading worth 160 Australian dollars with me, so well worth doing those things. I do a today's tarot here on my channel every single day. I also go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show too, so come along to that sometime because I'd love to meet you virtually, read for you and all of that kind of thing. I also make 3 of these a week as well, and I offer private readings from my website BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. As well as that, I give those 1 question readings in my Psychic Cafe show as well. You can book yourself in for one of those at any time on my website BeHealing.com. Again, find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. Well, take your pick now, crystal, flower or shell. I'll see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal along with the Light Seers Tarot deck, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread about your love life and see what you guys want to talk about today. Now, it might be about what's going on in your love life right now, or it might be about like the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Like your whole love life path. The themes that have been going on in your life. Let's see. As usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we're popping a link for it up there. And you can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading then and see what this is all about. Starting out with the 2 of Wands, you're at a crossroads right now. 8 of Pentacles, getting what it is that you're worth, and the High Priestess, intuitively you know that. Right, so I feel that for you guys, things have been stagnant, and they've been stagnant because you've been changing a lot, and you've been following your inner path with the High Priestess card here, and things are turning around now. You're at a crossroads right now, so change is about to happen. You're about to get what it is that you're worth. I am talking to you guys that have been doing a lot of inner work because you realize you kept on getting into relationships that weren't right for you, and you took a step back and like, hang on, I need to sort this out. You know when we get to that point, it doesn't matter whether it's in our love life or anything else in our life, and we realize I keep on doing what I do, I'm going to keep on getting what I got, and I want things to change, and so I'm going to investigate what it is that I'm doing, who am I being, how am I getting this, how is it happening to me? You know, I'm the common denominator here, and I need to figure myself out. And so you've taken a step back and things are about to change, and I feel like you probably intuitively feel that. So what is holding you back then? What is crossing you in this situation? 2 of Pentacles, weighing up your options. So you're being very careful about choices that you make right now. Part of what you've been learning about yourself could be, perhaps you were just going with a feeling, getting into relationships based on a feeling before, rather than on cold hard facts of how someone is, who they are, and how they're going to treat you in a relationship. So very careful about making choices and making sure that they're balanced and weighing up your options. So being like super discerning is what I'm getting from that. And so it could be holding you back. You know, I think that's what happens is we do the inner work, we figure out, oh, this is what I was doing before, I'm not going to do that again. And then we end up hypersensitive to that and like a little bit too wary about that, you know, paying a little bit too much attention to it. And I think that's natural. I think it's a good place to be until we relax about it. You know, we relax about it and we go like, I've got that. I don't need to be hyper aware of it, but I'm aware of it now. I'm just naturally aware of it, you know. So how do things appear on the face of it? Could be time to open up now. Magician, you're manifesting what it is that you want. And what's really behind that, though? That's how it appears, that you're manifesting exactly what it is that you want. What's really behind that is you're happily ever after, and the universe is helping you get there too. So perfect. So that is actually what's going on here. Is you are manifesting it. Universe is on your side now. You're focused on your happily ever after, your heart being happy, and you're making yourself happy now. And it seems perfect. Good for you guys. Good for you. So, recent past energies, what's been going on in your love life? Crickets is what it feels like. You might have been trying to move it forward, but Nine of Pentacles, single independent. Knight of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So you've been saying no to prospects that have been coming in with romance. You've been recognizing that they're not offering you, saving yourself from heartbreak. So, yeah. So, but it might have been single independent has broken your heart just a little bit. So loneliness could be kicking in now. But you know what? When we get more discerning, we say no more often. We realize what's not for us, and it could make us feel like we're pushing people away, right? And then we can feel like I'm doing something wrong here, you know, because I'm not connecting with anyone. However, the no's lead to the yeses. The more we say no to what it is that we don't want, the faster we'll get to our yeses. What's the alternative? I believe that you've lived the alternative. The alternative is getting into the relationship. It's not making a decision that it's no. Get into that relationship, and 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 3 months down the line, 3 weeks down the line, however long it is, you realize, oh, this is a no. Not only then have you wasted time, but you've also collected some baggage too. It's hurt you. And then you have to have a healing journey after that to get over it. Saying no and preempting it, you're getting through it faster. You're getting through those no's. You see it right away that it's a no. And then when the yes comes along, it'll be like, oh, wow, it's still a yes to this. Second date, it's still a yes to this. Third date, it's still a yes to this. 3 months later, wow, I'm still a yes to this person. This could be going somewhere, right? I think it's just a matter of time. What's coming in the near future then for our beautiful crystals? Crystals, what's coming in the near future in your love life? Planting seeds. Investing is what it is, really. Said the wrong thing. It's not planting seeds. It's just that he is growing something. Investing, Page of Swords, interesting. So someone could catch your eye in the near future, and you might be looking at them from afar. And investment is perhaps you investing some energy. I think that's the way it goes. We meet someone, we invest some energy, see if they invest back, and then we kind of match it. Sometimes we need to be first with that. Sometimes we wait for them to invest. But there's this little game of you invest something, I invest something, see if I want to invest more, see if you're investing more. And there's a bit of a play there. So it does feel like you're going to be noticing someone from afar, perhaps someone new coming into your life, and you're taking a good look at them, getting to know them from afar, and perhaps deciding on how much you're going to invest. No, it's actually investing. So you will invest something. What is this reading also about? It's about the Queen of Cups and the Four of Swords. This is about you taking a rest from things in order to be able to receive. So you've been in relationships. The pattern that you were in before you took a step back was that you weren't receiving from relationships. And I got that from the Eight of Pentacles too, is that the choices that you were making in the past, you were choosing people that didn't have a lot to give, which probably means that you were wounded, and then choosing other wounded people too. Wounded people haven't yet mastered self-love. And if you haven't yet mastered self-love, then you're not yet able to love somebody else cleanly. We have to be able to do it for ourselves first, fill our own cup first, and then we can give it cleanly to someone else too. So this is all about you receiving at last, right? What are you afraid of? What are your fears? What are your fears? That you're confused about your choices? King of Pentacles. This is like getting into something that's really steady. Holding your energy back, and Ten of Swords, painful endings. I mean, that painful endings, that's obvious, right? But your confusion about choices, you're a bit afraid of choosing right for yourself. So a little bit wary that you're good now that you've learned that lesson of how to choose well for yourself. holding your energy back, so you're afraid that you're going to go all in, right? Like you used to do based on feelings. And the King of Pentacles, something about stability here, or it's like commitment that I'm getting from that. So a little bit afraid of committing. There's a feeling like, what if I haven't learned everything that I need to learn yet? And I just end up getting a next level lesson and then having to go through this whole process again. I feel your weariness of it. Oh, I just got dizzy. What are your hopes? So still a fair few fears around here. Hopes. What are Crystal's hopes? Knight of Swords, that it happens fast. I mean, it really, yeah, it is. It's that it happens fast. So I hope that it does for you. Well, let's find out. The outcome cards. I'm going to get a full progression of outcome cards because we want the whole story. But I'll only be revealing the first one in this reading. The rest of them I'll be revealing and going through that in the deeper dive read. I'll also be pulling cards out from these decks to get some guidance for you, to get possible timing, see how this is going to pan out, and get into someone's energy if they come up in the outcome cards here. Outcome cards, please, for crystals. Nice. Couple more outcome cards, please. Tell us more about that. It's too many. Let's try that again. And then what? One more, please. Okay, 3 more. Nice. You've got a lot of cards out here. Wait, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. 9 outcome cards. It's like you've got 2 stories here. 2 chapters coming up. Let's put all of those there. Your first outcome card is the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords, it's about your heart being closed and opening your heart up. There's a time and a place to close our heart down, to open our heart to ourselves, right? And I do believe that you've been through that phase. And now coming out of that phase, we need to discern when it's right to open our heart up. There could be confusion about that, angst about it. There's a bit of worry in you here about opening your heart up, is what I'm getting. And so that could be the final hurdle. It's because you do have a lot of fears out here. I get it. I get it. You don't want a rerun of the past, right? And you're not going to get that because we don't unlearn things. But yeah, so a little bit of a stumbling block before the rest of this can happen. If you want to find out what these are, you might want to get that deeper dive. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully because you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw too, to win, both of them, to win a private reading with me worth 160 Australian dollars. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's yours. Let's give you a full Celtic cross spread, see what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading and find out what this reading is all about. It's about you being hopeful, and also for voices rest, relaxation, having a break. I don't know what it is that you're going through here, going through a divorce, bad breakup, something like that. Something hasn't been ended properly. Someone could be avoiding you and you can't get closure on it, something like that. You need a break and you're hoping for a break. I'm picking up in your energy that it's like closure. I need closure. I need to talk to this person. It's just up in the air and it's not finished yet. And I want to put this to bed, you know? I need a break from this. Now, I wonder why something isn't sorted out. I'm getting that feeling really strongly. Let me know in the comments below. And say it's the flower reading too. Otherwise I get confused with the comments. Like, what are you talking about? Which one are you? Which reading? So what's crossing you? What's hindering you here? The Emperor. Divine Masculine. So it might be that you thought that you met your person. You might be confused by it. Now, if someone has taken a backward step and they are not explaining themselves, if they've just pulled back, they might be just trying to keep you as an option. And you might be believing that they are your person and so you've not got closure. You haven't got the actual information to walk away from them. You know, there's a lack of clarity going on here. And I think that Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, the one kind of soulmate belief system can be quite hindering, you know, because if someone's walked away from you, they're really not the right one. They're really not the right one. They've shown that, right? Because you actually deserve great behavior from someone in a relationship, someone that's loving you, being present with you and all of that kind of thing. So how do things look on the surface? You got the Lovers, you got the Magician, and the Six of Inspiration. So it's someone that you really want to be with and you're manifesting that lover to be with them. And the Six of Inspiration is about being seen with them. So there could be a little bit of an ego involved here. It's like, I want to be with this person because they look great. Or it could be that you have told too many people and you persisted long enough and you want to make it work. That is also ego too. Don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be wrong, right? Especially if we told a lot of people about it. You know what we're like? We meet someone and we're like, oh my God, to all your friends, they're perfect. Look at this one. Ace of Emotions and the Eight of Materials. So you're in love, says the Ace of Emotions and Eight of Materials. Eight of Materials is about getting what it is that you're worth. So I feel like you guys, you're persisting with someone here. There's a big warning here in this reading. If you're wanting a break and closure, I don't think that's true. I think you're wanting them to come back and to make this work. That's what it feels like to me because you're in love with them. So a feeling is presiding here, even though the behavior, the pull away, the I don't know what the hell's going on, is the actual facts here. And that person is not right for you. It's like, would you keep on going to work if they'd stopped paying you? And you know, the boss was avoiding you, and would you still believe that you'd got a job and that job was right for you if all of that was going on? No. Nope. So why do it with a person? Recent past. Because Eight of Materials is about that. Do you having a dream, sweetie? Eight of Materials is about that. It's the card of being paid what you're worth, of getting what it is that you're worth in a relationship. And sometimes we just need to realize what we do deserve. Recent past energies, please. What's in the recent past? What's been going on for you in your love life? Feels like not very much. The Three of Materials. You had plans. Those could have been in your mind as well. You know when we have like hopes and dreams and we feature a certain person, that can be the hardest thing about letting go of a relationship. It's not the relationship itself, it's what we thought we were going to have with them, what we thought we were going to do with them, you know, that holiday we were going to go on and the children that we were going to have and the good times that we were going to have and all of that, what we were going to build together. It's letting go of those dreams. But the thing is, you don't let go of those dreams. You just let go that it's got that person's face on it. That's all. So there have been plans. Now, if someone was going along with that, if you were dreaming and you were telling them and they were like, yeah, I want that too, but then they've taken a walk away, you know, then they've distanced themselves. It's like, oh, they actually didn't want that, you know. Don't wait around to see when someone might want that again and come back. So that could be what's confusing you, because that Three of Materials is about planning together. So they could have made you think that that's what they wanted in the future, sometime in the future, keeping you waiting. What's coming in the near future? You got the Nine of Inspiration. The Nine of Inspiration, she feels empowered and she walks. It's the end of a healing journey. So it's like this person is helping you to heal yourself from this. I'm getting now that you put yourself second. And you got to stop doing that. Always putting yourself second. Don't do that. Could be a really important relationship to walk away from this, to realize, oh, that actually, I'm not someone else's option. That's what it is. I'm not someone else's option. That's why I'm getting that priority thing. If you put yourself second, someone else is going to put you second too. You got to prioritize yourself. I'm not saying that like a healthy relationship will have them putting you above them, but it should be high up on their list of priorities. You should be high up on their list of priorities. And when you stop putting yourself second and you start putting yourself first, in this situation, start putting yourself first. This isn't happening. I'm going to go and find someone that it is happening with. That is putting yourself first, right? Then you're going to find someone that will put you first too. So Page of Materials and Strength, be strong. Be strong, start something else out. So dream a new dream. Like I said, the plans and the dreams, you can still have it. So I broke up. I was in a 6-year relationship a while ago in my 40s. And 30s and 40s. I broke up because we weren't headed in the same direction. You know, that old chestnut where your paths are just diverging. What I was manifesting, he wasn't manifesting, growing apart. That's all it was. And so we broke up. Now, the hardest part about that breakup for me was all these plans that we'd had together, you know, the dreams. And I didn't realize until I was living those dreams myself that they were my dreams, not his dreams. But he had said he wanted to do them too. Of course he did. I was talking about really nice things of like traveling for half the time, having a base in Australia, traveling for half the year. I was talking about, because I'd made my business so that I could live anywhere, be location independent. All of these things, all of these dreams that I had and I was telling him about, of course it's going to say, oh yeah, me too, because they're really nice things. But it's not necessarily that he was manifesting those for himself, because by himself he wasn't, you know. Once we broke up, he didn't manifest those things and I started living those things. So it's only when I started living those things, it's like, oh, they were my dreams, not his. And he was coming along for the ride. Of course he was going to say, oh yeah, I want that too. Who wouldn't? You know, if your partner's saying that they want to manifest $1 million, you're like, oh yeah, me too. But it's not necessarily in your heart to do that for yourself. You might not have the motivation to do that, but who's going to say no to that? No one's going to say no to that. So my point being, taking charge of your own dreams with this Page of Materials and being strong enough, it's like, well, that's your dream, it's going to happen. I literally walked into another relationship and it already manifested the stuff that I was manifesting. It was like that. So I believe that you've got someone more matchy coming to you, but you've got to set yourself free first. What are your fears? Of rejection. So you're fearing having a boundary to this person, you're fearing letting them go. Some reason that you think that this is your person, and I'm really clearly getting that they're not. What are you hoping for? It's not the last man on earth. I believe someone needed to hear that. What are you hoping for? The moon, the unknown. So the moon card is about things not being revealed. It's like there's a fear in you of actually drawing that boundary and walking away as if there's not going to be anything else. But there is. That's the thing. There's going to be better. Got to believe that. Let's get your outcome cards out. So I want to get a full progression of outcome cards out because I want the full story for you. But I'll only be revealing the first one of them in this reading. And there it is. The rest of them I will be revealing in the deeper dive. That's the extended reading. Now, in that deeper dive, I'll also be getting cards out from these decks back here to give you more advice. And let's find out what's happening. If there's someone showing up, let's get into their energy. We might dip into this person's energy a little bit, find out what's going on with them too. And what else? Possible timelines, if that is applicable to the reading. But let's get your outcome cards out. And then what? We've got 6 at the moment, but it's left an open-ended story here. And oh, nice. Yes. Okay. 7 outcome cards. They tell quite the story. Your first outcome card is a 7 of inspiration. It's about protecting yourself. As I said, you need to put yourself first now and stop taking second place in your own life. You'll only recognize when someone prioritizes you and invests in you when you're doing it for yourself anyway. When you're prioritizing yourself and investing in yourself, you would never let anyone into your life that wouldn't do that for you too. Or invest in someone when they don't really deserve it, when you're not getting back from it. So 7 inspiration is all about protecting yourself and protecting that. So no longer willing to get yourself into a relationship that is one-sided or someone that's keeping you hanging on. No longer willing to settle for second best. You deserve much better. Well, if you want to find out what the rest of this story is and you want that deeper dive read, you can get that. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully because you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower. Only advise that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw too, so good luck with winning those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell along with the tarot of mystical moments, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic cross spread, find out about your love life, what's going on. What's not going on? Let's see. Now, as usual, shells, is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we'll be popping a link for up there, and there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So getting straight into your reading, what is this reading all about? We're starting out with the star. Star is all about feeling hopeful. 5 of Cups is about lackful thinking, and the Hierophant is about long term. So you're not sure if something's going to be long term or not, but there's wishful thinking about that. So you're hoping that it is going to be a long term thing. Now, you could be involved or interested in someone, and you're just not seeing how it could be long term, how it could work like that. But you're hoping that it could, or you might be changing your mind about what is right for you long term as well, for a long term relationship. I think in different stages of life, we want relationships for different things, and what was right for you in a long term relationship previously, say in your 20s, it's completely different, right? To now might be different. What's crossing you here? But there's hope around it. What's crossing you is the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is like the card of ego. It is being seen to be doing really well. So it could be outward appearances is crossing you. Outward appearances, someone looking good on paper, or looks. It could be just looks. But it's not the stuff of good relationships. What I mean by that is often, we can ask like, what do you want in a partner? And you'll be telling me things like a certain height or what they look like, or, oh, they'll have this kind of a job, or they'll be an entrepreneur, all that external stuff. And it's not really anything to do with whether someone's good for a relationship or not. It's not like emotionally present, available, caring, that's the stuff of relationship. Someone that's good in a relationship. That's crossing you as the Six of Wands. So you're asking for something that is perhaps not a match to a good relationship, or it doesn't matter to a relationship, really. How do things appear on the surface of it? The Fool and the Five of Wands, a strategy and taking a risk. So you're being strategic about this and taking a risk on this person. This is catch kind of an energy. You feel like you've got a catch in front of you. Most eligible bachelor kind of an energy. And you're hoping that it could be long-term with them. What's really behind that? Two of Pentacles. Balance. Right. So what's really behind that is you think that you've found someone that's got an external thing that you don't have. And you're hoping that you can gain that through them. That's what this is all about. Whenever we're looking for something external like that, it's because we don't believe that we've got it ourselves. And so we want to get that from them, vicariously through them. Do you know what I mean? Now, if you are a younger person watching this, this could be the kind of, right, genetics from my baby kind of thing, because they've got the height and I don't, it could be something like that, which is fair enough, that genetic differences do make strong, healthy children and all of that kind of thing. So you see, that's what I was getting, is that what is right for you long term at a certain age is not right for you long term at another age. Now, as a 53-year-old now, I'm wondering, as my peers are starting to pass now, the men, not the women. Women live longer than men. It's not my female friends in my age group that are passing, it's the men. And it's quite startling. And that makes me think now, for my long term, do I really want a man in my age group older, because they're not going to be around much longer? Should I be going younger? I'm not saying that it's true, but it's a contemplation there. And that's what I'm getting, is that what was right for you for long term previously might not be right for you now, and you might need to have an open mind about that. Changing your strategy, weighing up your options. What are your options now for the long term? Recent past energies. That's so interesting. Eight of Cups. So you've walked away from something, let go of an emotional attachment. What's coming in the near future? Ace of Cups, falling in love. So you've got something coming, strong feelings coming, the start of something, the start of a new love. It feels like it's coming from a place of not clarity. That's the thing. And whenever we're in that, oh, I can't figure it out, I don't know what it is that we want, we're kind of taking potluck, really. And then we'll learn something from it, which isn't a bad thing. It isn't a bad thing at all. Get into something and then learn, oh, that's not actually what I want. Perhaps I want something else. And it could be about trial and error too. If you are undecided about what would be good for you long term now, it could be trial and error. So, well, I'll try someone younger, or let's try someone older, or it might not be about age at all. Let's try someone that isn't that successful, but that has been spending the time working on themselves, that is more into spirituality or something like that. There's the signs that people are more into the inner work and developing themselves than the external blingy things and making money and stuff like that. Because we all get to choose what we invest in our lives. And if someone is invested in external experiences appearances and money and all of that kind of thing, we've only got a certain amount of time, you know. They're not going to have invested themselves into relationships and learning how to be a good partner, of, you know, doing the inner work. It shows we can't be everything. We can't be focused on everything. Nobody's that. So Queen of Swords, this reading is also about the Queen of Swords and the Lovers. It's about you having more boundaries, but I do feel like those boundaries are open at the moment. So boundaries that you would have had previously, rules for yourself, strategies for yourself of who that you're choosing. I feel like that's changing. And I think as it's changing, then you get... You know how when we're a teenager, we don't really know who we are and what it is that we want at all, right? And so we just try things out. We might try different jobs out to find out what we like doing, whether we like working with people or not, whether we, you know, if we like the office environment or not. We just don't know ourselves at all, so we've got to do trial and error. And same in relationships too. We do trial and error in relationships, trying different people out. It's more casual, you know, as we get to know different kinds of people and ascertain what is right for us. And I feel like at a changing point in our lives, we need to do the same thing as again, is like, well, if I'm considering this or that, perhaps I need to be dating two people at once that are those different things, and see who I'm feeling is right, or not feeling, thinking is right, and learning. Yeah, because that Hierophant is definitely about the long term. So Queen of Swords, about your boundaries, about that, and the changing boundaries to lovers and who you're entertaining, who you'll let in. What are your fears? Temperance. Taking too long about this. Time running out, kind of an element there. Fearing that time is running out. That's kind of dangerous, to feel that time is running out, because then that'll have us settling for things that aren't right for us. Thinking we need to take whatever we can get, you know. What are you hoping for? Four of Pentacles is about being careful. It's also about keeping what is yours as well and not investing too much. So especially if you've walked away from something there in the past, you want to move to something better, right? And if you've taken a hit, a loss, invested too much, perhaps you lost some of your finances to an ex, you won't want to be doing that again. So there's a carefulness and thinking things through. Let's get your outcome cards out. Interesting reading this one. You've got interesting energies, you guys. Yeah, your outcome cards. I'm going to get a full progression of outcome cards out because we want the full story, right? But I will only be revealing the first one, and there they are. I'll only be revealing the first one in this reading. The rest of them I'll be revealing in the deeper dive read. So if you do find that it is your story, you might want to get that. For even more, I'll also be in that deeper dive read. We'll be getting cards out from these decks back here as well to give you more guidance. Find out what's going to play out here and get into the options, I think. And if anyone else shows up here, we'll find out about their energy. Yeah, definite interesting energies you've got, because it does feel like you're open to change now, and I think that's a good thing. Different phases of life. Nice. Okay, wow, okay. Looks like you're going to be getting what it is that is right for you, even if you're just trying to figure it out. I can't pick them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 outcome cards. The first one of these outcome cards is the King of Pentacles. So you do have someone coming in here, and it's someone with stability, money, perhaps business, could be a leader. They could have been on the shoulders of giants kind of thing, I'm getting. So they could have been lifted up. They could have been very lucky to have been lifted up by other people, been around the right people and then been promoted by them. There's an element of luck to success, for sure. Okay, so yeah, you got someone interesting coming in here. I think there's going to be quite appeal to you, but are they the right person for you? Because all of this, especially the 6 of Wands being there, eligible bachelor kind of thing, Six of Wands. Is that really what is important to you now? For a relationship. Well, if you want to find out what the rest of these cards are and want all the rest of it, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. I'll pop a link for up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell. On your device, you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive read as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw for a reading worth 160 Australian dollars with me. So good luck with winning those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly.